I have been thinking about what happened in the Fade. That a demon could have played so easily on my fears disturbs me. I failed you. I won't let that happen again.
The demon was using magic on your mind. It's as simple as that.
And yet she didn't manage to influence you. As for the boy, we shall see what he becomes, and if he regrets the mercy you provided. But that is not important now. Let's just hope we face nothing similar in the future.
You take good care of us, don't you? Want some pets? I bet you do.
I never have affairs with my crew. Once they see you naked with your ass in the air, they think they don't have to take orders. Men. Oh, you have to be twice as tough to earn half as much respect.
So did the crew member mutiny? I mean, after you... You know.
Oh no, I had the offending member removed. That got rid of the attitude. Oh look, it's Hawk.
We need to talk.
Ugh, bugger. I knew this was coming. I'm sorry I abandoned you in the Fade. That was foolish of me. I mean, I didn't even get the ship in the end.
I don't blame you. I understand what it's like to be under the influence of a demon.
You... what? That's it? No angry rant? Are you trying to get me to jump into bed with you? Because it's working.
Friends forgive each other.
Now you're making my insides feel squishy. Oh, go away.
And then Hawk tore the door clean off its hinges, walked into the room, and... I guess we'll finish this later.
Have you got a minute, Varric?
Of course, Hawk. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. You and, what's-his-name, that mage, seem to be getting pretty close. So, what's going on, Hawk?
You wouldn't bring this up just to gossip. What's on your mind?
Shows what you know. I would definitely bring this up just to gossip. I didn't, but I would. Listen, as your friend, I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't say something. Maybe, just maybe, getting involved with the possessed mage might be dangerous. There, I've said my piece.
I know you mean well, Varric. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
I certainly hope so.
I think this is yours.
My grandfather's bow, but where did you get it?
One of the Flint Company mercenaries had it.
Thank you. It's hard to mourn the loss of a thing while my family lies dead. But I did think of it.
What's the story behind that bow?
As the youngest son, it was my place to lead Starkhaven's militia. But I never had a talent for swordplay. Too much getting hit. My grandfather said the bow is the wise man's weapon. You can defend your city without opening its gates. Grandfather said the day I could pull the string on his bow, it would be mine.
Then why didn't you have it with you?
I was 13 when my grandfather made me that promise. I would rise at dawn to practice my shots until I could hit the eye slit of a helmet from the top of the ramparts. But my parents pledged me to the chantry before I could show him.
Were you and your grandfather close?
He was a man of the world, Prince of Starkhaven. But he had the most unshakable faith in the Maker. When my parents threatened to pledge me to the chantry, he told me he'd gladly trade his title for a life of contemplation. The Maker ordained a place for each of us, I remember him saying. We have only to serve.
I'm sorry I never got a chance to meet them, to save them.
I know. You're a true friend, Hawk. You brought me this to remember and honor them. But if I could bring back our lowest servant by snapping it in half, I'd do it without regrets.
Your grandparents would be so proud of you. When I was a girl, the Amels were one of our most prominent families. I'm glad to have one of their line in the estate again.
What is the Chantry's stance on the Kunari presence here?
Would it help anything for us to get involved? Or is it more likely to light the kindling? If the Kunari act against us, the Templars will defend Kirkwall. Otherwise, we guard ourselves best by waiting.
How long have you been Grand Cleric?
I became a lay sister here when I was only a girl. My parents died of fever, and I was taken in by the Chantry. Eventually, I took my vows. After I had served for some time, the revered mothers agreed that I should travel to Orlais. The Divine herself appointed me Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. That was near 30 years ago.
You knew my grandparents?
I dedicated your mother into the Chantry. She was a beautiful baby. Your grandmother was a very proper lady, but she was beside herself that day. And your mother put a fist in my eye.
I think you should see these papers.
Sir Ulrich, where did you get these? He was murdered in the gallows not a few days ago.
What about his plan?
Sir Ulrich made a suggestion, yes. But we turned him down. The right of tranquility has always been a last resort. It has saved lives, but it is not without its costs. If you'll excuse me.
Hunters.
Stop right there! You are in possession of stolen property. Back away from the slave now and you'll be spared.
Fenris is a free man!
I won't repeat myself. Back away from the slave now!
I am not your slave!
Where is he?
Please, don't kill me.
Tell me!
I don't know. I don't know, I swear. Adriana brought us. She's at the holding caves north of the city. I can show you the way.
No need. I know which ones you speak of.
Then let me go. I beg you. I swear
You chose
I won't...
the wrong master. Hadriana. I was a fool to think I was free. They'll never let me be.
This is someone you know?
My old master's apprentice. I remember her well. A sniveling social climber that would sell her own children if she thought it would please Daenerys. If she's here, it's at his bidding. He knew he wouldn't let this go.
They need to be stopped before this goes any further.
The holding caves held slaves in the old times, but apparently they are no longer abandoned. We must go quickly, before Hadriana has a chance to prepare, or flee. We must be careful. There were many such holdings once, especially in the mountains, where individual slavers kept private pens. They were designed to protect against raids by fellow slavers. No doubt it's why Hadriana chose this place.
Do slavers attack each other often?
They did. What better way to find slaves than to steal them? The holdings outside of Tevinter have mostly been abandoned, but they still exist.
Hadriana won't escape us.
Let's hope this isn't a waste of time. Are you hurt? Did they touch you?
They've been killing everyone. They cut Papa, bled him.
Why? Why would they do this?
It's a demon at work. By this point, there's nothing human left inside.
The Magister. She said she needed power, that someone was coming to kill her. We tried to be good. We did everything we were told. She loved Papa's soup. I don't understand.
Is the Magister still here?
I think so. The Magister said they were to prepare for battle. I think she's very frightened.
She has every reason to be.
Please don't hurt her. She'll be so angry if you hurt her.
This has been terrible for you.
Everything was fine until today.
It wasn't. You just didn't know any better.
Are you my master now?
No.
But I can cook. I can clean. What else will I do?
This might help you start a new life.
For me? Thank you. I'll treasure it forever.
She'll probably be robbed before the day is through. Let's find Hadriana and be done with this place.
Stop! You do not want me dead!
There is only one person I want dead more.
I have information, Elf, and I will trade it in return for my life.
Ha! The location of Denarius. What good will that do me? I'd rather he lose his pet pupil.
You have a sister. She is alive. You wish to reclaim your life? Let me go, and I will tell you where she is.
This is your call.
So I have your word. I tell you, and you let me go.
Yes. You have my word.
Her name is Verania. She is in Carinus, serving a magister by the name of Ehrman.
A servant, not a slave.
She's not a slave.
I believe you. We are done here.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it. This could be a trap. Denarius could have sent Hadriana here to tell me about this sister. Even if he didn't, trying to find her would still be suicide. Denarius has to know about her and has to know that Hadriana knows. But all that matters is I finally got to crush this bitch's heart. May she rot, and all the other mages with her.
And here I thought you were unreasonable.
This doesn't mean we shouldn't look for your sister.
What else should it mean? Even if I found my sister, who knows what the Magisters have done to her? What has magic touched that it doesn't spoil? I need to go. I've been thinking about what happened with Hadriana. I took out my anger on you, undeservedly so. I was not myself. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
You are generous. When I was still a slave, Hadriana was a torment. She would ridicule me, deny my meals, hound my sleep. Because of her status, I was powerless to respond, and she knew it. The thought of her slipping out of my grasp now. I couldn't let her go. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
That's more important than your promise.
It's not easy to discover your principles are less noble than you believed. This hate. I thought I'd gotten away from it. But it dogs me no matter where I go. To feel it again. To know it was they who planted it inside me. It was too much to bear. But I didn't come here to burden you further.
We're friends, Fenris.
I'm not certain I know what that is.
Should we take this outside and see if it floats? I've got something for you.
Ooh. Did you get this from Master Island? Mythal, did I miss some important occasion? I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
There's no occasion, Meryl. I just thought you'd like it.
I do like it. I'm sorry I'm making a mess of this. No one has ever given me a present before. Useful things. Tools or clothes. Because I needed them, not just because. Maceranis, I'll find a good place for this.
Why do you always win at cards?
Because I cheat, kitten. This trinket, it's elven, isn't it? From your clan. Don't bet anything you're not prepared to lose. Here, have it back. A jigger of your finest whiskey for my friend over here. The Hanged Man's finest isn't much, but it'll get you just as drunk as anything you'll find in Hightown.
And you'll wake up and find someone stolen your trousers.
That's when you know it's a party. I thought I'd have to watch myself around you, but as it turns out, you're all right.
What do you mean, I'm all right?
You don't judge people. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You know, little things like that. If I had someone like you on board my ship when the storm hit, maybe we wouldn't have been shipwrecked.
Maybe you would have been shipwrecked sooner. I'm a terrible sailor.
Are you? I suppose I'll have to keel haul you till you shape up.
I thought you might like this.
You got me a gift. I hardly think I've done anything to deserve that. Is it a... That's a Tevinter Chantry amulet. Do you want me to get executed? It's sacrilege to wear those in any land under the Divine.
The Divine condemned their chantry because it freed mages from the Circle. I thought you might sympathize.
I like it. Maybe not on the outside of my clothes. I'm not that eager to face the hangman's noose. But I appreciate the thought. I've never really thought about what life would be like in the Tevinter Chantry. In the Circle, they make it sound like the Void itself. The Black Divine stalking Thedas, making it unsafe for kittens and virgins.
Those kittens and virgins will just have to find a nice strong mage to protect them.
From what I hear about the Tevinters, that's the last thing they'd want. The virgins, anyway. I've never heard about any horrific kitten rituals. I appreciate the gift. Perhaps one day I can return one as meaningful.
It's a fine suit.
The finest.
Break it down, distribute it.
The Viscount requires parade armor for his inspections.
Then stuff it and mount it where he can see it. I wear the uniform of the Guard.
His Excellency will not be pleased.
His Excellency can mount it. Trouble, Hawk?
Seems like you have enough.
You don't know the half of it. And why don't you, by the way? Why aren't you tail deep in the problems of this city? Sure, you do good, but petition a title, take a job. The Guard is always looking.
That's a bit harsh, given my record.
Maybe I'm just sick of being the first stop for complaints about people like you.
People like me?
Brand's on about fortune hunters, mercenaries, disreputable professions without purpose. He's a clod, but sometimes... well, it might be good if the city was a little more stable.
Come on now. You really prefer the troublemakers stay home?
All right. So maybe I don't want to be completely put out of business. And I don't even really mean you. But some people, they go on without regard and then act surprised when someone starts a circle. There are warning signs, you know. It's worth saying.
Hawk, the new scion of the Amel family. Congratulations. I knew an Amel once. He left the tower before Aldred's insanity, then came back to rescue us all. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Is there anything I can help the Templars with?
Oh, you're kind to offer, but after what happened with Tirani 3 years ago, the Knight Commander has closed ranks. Our own men undergo weekly questioning, and she's eliminated all work with outsiders. It's hard to keep recruitment up enough to maintain our numbers.
Everyone seems concerned about the Kunari. What's the Templars' stance?
They are heathens. They will stop at nothing less than the eradication of the Chantry. But we can't know the immediate goals of the Kunari in Kirkwall. Should it come to open conflict, we are the largest army in the city. We will be the ones to lead its defense.
Your Sir Ulrich was working on a plan to turn all mages tranquil.
I will not ask how you came by the personal effects of a man recently murdered within our own walls. It's true there has been some discussion of the idea, but as you can see, it has gone no further than that.
You expect us to believe that?
Believe what you like, mage. The harrowing has served us well enough for centuries. It will be up to mages themselves whether they push us to more stringent measures.
It sounds like you support this.
The Tranquil Ritual was created as a mercy so that mages need not be killed out of hand for a threat they might pose. There is an argument to be made for applying it more widely.
Are you going to listen to this? He's no better than Sir Ulrich.
Do you think it's easy to contain a mage who truly wants to deal with demons? We have done our best. But many mages have made it clear they view the ritual as no better than death. They want no controls on them at all.
I keep hearing about the Knight Commander. When do I get to meet her?
I'm afraid she's become more reclusive since you came to Kirkwall, Hawk. These last 3 years, especially, she's been very suspicious of outside influences. I almost wonder if something happened.
Hello, Emmerich. Aveline says you need my help again.
I've spent the past few years continuing my investigation into the murders of Ninette, Marin, and the other women. I believe I finally have a suspect. A man called Gascard Dupuis.
Is this man in hiding? Am I to find him for you?
No, I know where Dupuis is. I just can't get to him. When I became convinced of his guilt, I went to the city guard and demanded that they do something.
My men raided that house. There was nothing, and I've heard no end because of it. You were reprimanded, I hope?
Meredith forbade me from continuing my investigation. But she didn't say I couldn't seek outside help.
Were you the only person investigating these murders?
Yes, unfortunately. The Templar Order believes this is a matter for the City Guard. And the City Guard, well, they rejected my evidence and dismissed the murders as isolated incidents. They don't care either.
I've seen your evidence. Scattered notes, conjecture, nothing remotely usable. You can't expect us to act on your hunches alone. Look what happened when we did.
The guards who searched Gascard's place were incompetent. They didn't know what they were looking for.
Fine, if you insist.
I retrieved a sack of human remains for you. Didn't you show it to the guard?
I did. They said the remains could have been gathered together by scavengers looking for bits of gold and jewelry. They said there was no way to tell if the remains even belonged to the missing women.
I'm sorry, Emmerich, but that's the truth of it.
What have you learned about Gascard Dupuis?
He's a reclusive nobleman who's rarely seen outside his estate in Hightown. He knew 2 of the murdered women and made inquiries about the others. It cannot be a coincidence.
It should be investigated at least.
Thank you. I faced nothing but ridicule. To hear someone say that is encouraging.
What do you need me to do?
I knew I could count on you. You'll need to go to Gascard Dupuis' estate after nightfall. Please figure out what Dupuis is hiding. If he's innocent, find evidence to prove me wrong. It's just that simple.
Help me, please! He's gone mad!
You're not him. Shit, I know what this looks like, but I didn't hurt her.
So the wild-eyed hysteria is just for show, then?
You don't understand. Someone is after her. I had to keep her safe. I don't know why you're here, but there's a killer out there, and I think he's playing us both. Just let me explain.
All right. We'll see if you can talk yourself out of this.
20 silver if he says, "It wasn't me, it was the one-armed man."
Several years ago, my sister was murdered. The bastard's now in Kirkwall, killing again. The same way he killed my sister. It starts with a bouquet of white lilies. He sends them to each new victim. Alessa was going to be next. I took her, so he'd have to come to me. I was finally going to face my sister's killer, but then you showed up.
He's lying! He hurt me!
I've explained this. I need your blood to track you down. If he took you, it was for your protection.
Let go of me!
She'll go straight to the city guard. They'll ruin everything.
I could report you to the Templars for blood magic.
Yes, I've used blood magic and lyrium to augment my powers. I'm not proud of what I've done, but I had to. He took my sister from me.
Can't you just tell the city guard what you told me?
Yes, can't you?
Why? I don't want him arrested. This isn't about justice. I need to be the one to bleed him dry.
Selfish little shit. How many of you risked by keeping this to yourself?
Emmerich was certain you were the killer. Of course he was. But I was trying to find the killer just like him. Our paths crossed and he just assumed I was the murderer.
He'll want to know what happened here.
Tell him whatever you like. I'll be long gone by then.
Who killed your sister?
A powerful and experienced blood mage. I believe he uses the women for some ritual. His victims are attractive, healthy women with few social ties.
I can help you track down your sister's killer.
No, I can manage on my own. I'm headed to Darktown. If you learn anything new about the killer, find me there. I have a score to settle with him.
Aren't you Hawk? Emmerich left not long ago. He said you'd arranged to meet tonight.
Perhaps you're mistaken.
I am not mistaken. You sent him a message a half hour ago. Look.
I didn't send this.
You didn't? Strange.
That's not a good sign.
Well, I don't know. Emmerich's been acting strangely for months. It's probably just a misunderstanding. Some mage sent that thing here to kill him. Why would anyone... Oh, Maker. The murders. Emmerich was right. He was getting too close. He suspected a man named Gascard Dupuis. Did he do this?
Gascard played me, and now he's escaped to Darktown.
Darktown's a big place, but we'll find him. He's an apostate, and Meredith will want him hunted down. I will speak to the city guard about this. Gascard Dupuis will not escape.
My men will cooperate however they can. Tell them I command it.
Thank you, Captain.
You got my letter.
You've been gone a while. I thought you had things under control.
I told you I would handle this, and I did. Now, after a year of raids on our shipments, I finally caught one of the culprits. One of our miners, Sabine, has been leaking information. Do you know him? He claims to be from your hometown in Ferelden. I would like you to get this festering sore to divulge who is behind the thefts. When you are ready, I will bring Sabine to you.
Who is this man?
I would not expect you to recall every pisspot from your past.
I don't remember Sabine. He must be from the outlying farms.
Well, he brags to his fellows that he grew up with you in Lothering.
Bring Sabine back to my place.
Excellent idea. I will get him now. Here is the dung pile I caught leaking next week's shipment schedule. He won't tell me who he's working with. Who else has been screwing me over? Tell me, you ratting mongrel!
Instead of beating the poor man, let's appeal to his better nature.
Please, Miss Sayre, help me. I knew you since you was young in Lothering. I knew your mum's family, and your pop. Mike got him rest.
Pathetic. I leave this bastard in your capable hands. Get me when he's ready to talk.
Thank you, Miss Sayre. Us Lothering folks should stick together.
What made you betray your employer?
Before the Blight, my family had a good life in Lothering. Clean home, fertile land, friends. In Kirkwall, we lived in a hovel. People spit on us, and some days we went hungry.
I know it was hard to leave Lothering. Talk to me so we can put all this behind us.
As soon as I tell Hubert what he wants to know, he'll kill me or throw me in prison. My life's not worth much, but my family. I only wanted to give my wife and son a better life.
I'll make sure your family is taken care of.
I'm humbled by that offer. Thank you. I hid some gold in the bone pit. I'll mark it on your map. I'll regret stealing from someone like you, so please, take it back.
Hawk, this is Lily of the Coterie. Given the importance of stopping the cargo robberies, I have enlisted a consultant.
Consultant? Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Well, Doug, are you ready to bark now?
There's an ambush planned tonight at Dietrich Crossing.
Tonight? That leaves you barely enough time to intercept them. You had best leave immediately.
We'll protect your precious shipment, but make sure you have the coteries payment. Want me to deal with this runt? Free of charge. I'll drop him in a ditch on our way out.
Yes, take him, with my blessing. I assume my partner will not object?
A public showing of mercy will be good for morale. Let him go.
But he's a Ferel, a criminal. Nobody will care what happens to him.
Think about it. Sabine turned to crime for 2 reasons. He's desperate, and he bears no love for you. Spare him publicly, and you'll earn some loyalty from the miners.
I see your point. Very well. For the sake of morale, I will spare this dog.
Oh, thank you, Miss Hayes. I know I don't deserve it, but thank you.
We're wasting time. If you find naught but corpses at the ambush, it won't be my fault. That was almost too easy. Wait. I recognize that lout.
Who is he?
He's in the coterie. One of that damned fool Brekker's men.
So your organization is behind this?
We got explicit orders not to. Hubert's been good on his payments. If Brekker ordered this, the rest of his life will be very short and painful.
Tell me about this man.
He operates out of the south side. Always had more balls than sense. His lackeys are loyal. Brekker must be involved.
We have to stop these attacks once and for all.
Oh, we will. I know who to lean on to get answers. Find me in the Undercity.
Don't let them get away!
You coterie, one of Lily's friends.
Lily was one of ours. She was working for you, and now she's dead. You get one chance. Did you kill her?
Lily didn't die by my hand. Someone else did this.
Explain yourself.
Present minor misunderstandings aside, I believe our purposes are the same. One of the scum that attacked my caravans worked for someone in the coterie named Brekker. Lily said she'd look into it. I think Brekker had her killed.
Brekker, If you're lying, I'll find you. Men, we have to get to the bottom of this. Now.
You must be Brekker.
And you're that lice-covered refugee.
You'd better leave the bone pit shipments alone. Understand?
You're making demands of me. You own half a stake in a mine and you think you're somebody, huh? Some Fereldans don't have the courtesy of knowing when to bloody die.
I found the thieves responsible for the cargo theft. I put them out of business.
Excellent. With that resolved, the mine's profits will soar. For now, partner, please be sure to visit our workers occasionally. You have a knack for keeping them happy.
Thank the Maker you're here. We've had to lock down the mines. Krankovich was clearing out a collapsed section when giant spiders poured out the new opening. They got Krankovich, poor sod. Rest of us made it out. But now we're sitting here with our thumbs up our asses.
I'll see what I can do.
Good luck in there, hero.
All clear.
Thank the Maker and thank you. Wow, is that what the inside of a spider smells like? Let's get back to work, boys. And dibs on the spider fangs. I'm gonna make a necklace for the wife.